Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, and we're going to dig into the Word. Matthew chapter 14, starting in verse 13. When Jesus heard it, he departed from there by boat to a deserted place by himself. But when the multitudes heard it, they followed him on foot from the cities. And when Jesus went out, he saw a great multitude, and he was moved with compassion for them, and healed their sick. Isn't that just like Jesus? He's trying to get away, and all of a sudden all these people come to him, and he has compassion on them, and he heals their sick. Verse 15, when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, "This is a deserted place, and the hour is already late. Send the multitudes away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves food." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." And they said to him, the disciples looked up and said, "We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus said, "Bring them here to me." And he commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke it, and gave the loaves to the disciples, and the disciples gave to the multitudes. So when they all ate and were filled, they took up the 12 basketful of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. So there was 5,000 men plus women and children in this multitude. And what stuck out to me, and I hadn't really seen this before until recently, was the fact that Jesus didn't ask the disciples to give what they didn't have. He asked them to give what they did have. And you know, Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He isn't asking you for something you don't have. He's asking you to give what you do have. And we find this further as you read along in Matthew, and Matthew 16, verses 24 through 27. Now remember, he's not asking you for something you don't have. He's asking for what you do have. Matthew 16, 24 through 27, we find out what Jesus wants. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone," who? "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and he will reward each according to his works." Jesus is asking for everything. He's not asking us for what we don't have. He's asking us for what we do have. And what is it that we have? We have our lives. We can give him. You see, Jesus isn't asking you for a portion. He's not asking you for an amount. He's asking for a percentage, and that percentage is 100. He's asking for all of you and everything that you do and say. See, we can be in God's allowable will, or we can be in God's perfect will, and I want to be in his perfect will. And the way we get there is by crucifying our flesh and picking up our cross and following after him. No matter what the situation looks like, no matter, it may seem like God is asking us to feed 5,000 people, but we'll just give him what we have. And it may be only 5 loaves and 2 fishes. If that's all we've got to give him, he can make up the difference. He can multiply those loaves and fishes. So whatever it is he's asked from you, are you willing to give it to him? Are you willing to serve him? Are you willing to say, "Yes, Lord, here's my 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Do with them as you will"? It's amazing what happens when we do that. He multiplies the things that we give him, whether it's our seed of tithes and offerings, or if it's our time. It's amazing how much time the Lord can multiply back to us as we give unto him. It's our talents. Whatever it is that we have, we can give him. We need to give it to him, though, at 100%. Not be holding back from him, but rather give it all to him. Hey, I love you, church, and I want to encourage you to take time, set time aside, especially during this lockdown, this quarantine, to sneak away into a closet somewhere or a corner, sit down and just sit down with Jesus and the Word, read through the Word, and ask him, "Lord, what is it that you want from me? Am I holding anything back? Or if you've been given it all, praise the Lord. That's awesome. I'm glad. And I'll be praying for your reward and the multiplication of those things that you've planted. But if you haven't, just ask the Lord, "Lord, is there anything that I've been holding back from you? Have I been giving you just 50% or 10% or 90% or even 99%? but I want to give 100% of everything. I want to give all of my loaves and all of my fish to you. Whatever it is, find out from him. Hey, I love you, church. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be blessed. And if there's anything we can do to help you, if we can, we'll try and do our best to help you out. Give us a call here at the church. Have a wonderful day.